Hello, this is Jo from Maths Tutor Me. Today we're doing algebra and we're substituting into formulas. So we are going to be given values for our pronumerals. So in this first question we're told if x equals 5 and y equals -2. We want to find the value of some different expressions. So all I have to do is replace the pronumerals in my expression with the numbers that I've been given. So 3x, instead of the x, I'm going to replace it with a 5. Now I can't just write 5 because that would look like 35. Remember that in algebra, if numbers are written next to letters, it means multiply. So I'm going to write 3 times by 5. Then I subtract y. Now y is a -2, so I actually have another minus sign and a 2. Now if you have two negative signs together, that actually makes a plus. So over the top of that, I'm going to change that into a plus sign. Now once you've substituted in, that's what we call this, we've substituted into our expression. Now we just need to calculate our answer. So you can do the calculations either in your head or you can use a calculator. Now some people aren't so good at doing things in their head, so today I will show you on the calculator. So we have 3 times 5 plus 2 equals 17. Alright, let's have a look at the second one here. B, x squared plus y squared. Well, x is 5. So instead of x, I'm going to put 5, I'm going to put it in brackets, squared. The reason I'm putting it in brackets is mostly because of the y here. Y squared, y is -2. So I need a minus sign in there, squared, -2 squared. Now you must have the brackets for that, because if you try to type that in your calculator without the brackets, the squared will only square the 2, it won't square the minus sign, and you will get the wrong answer. Okay, so it's very important that you have brackets whenever you are squaring a negative number. So I have 5 squared plus, I didn't put my bracket for the first one, but I need it for the second one, so -2 squared equals 29. Okay, and C, x times xy plus 7x minus 4. xy is x times y. X is 5 times y, which is -2, plus 7x is 7 times by x. X is 5, so 7 times 5. And at the end I have a -4. Okay, that's substituted in. So now we need to calculate. On the calculator, 5 times a -2 plus 7 times 5 minus 4, 21. Okay, so now question 2, I have some formula to substitute into. So this formula here, if A equals half BH, you might recognize that formula. It's the area of a triangle formula. It says find A when B equals 8 and H equals 9. So we're going to rewrite our formula, substituting in our new values for our pronumerals. So I have half times by B, but B is 8, times by H, but H is 9. Okay, so A equals half times 8 times 9. On the calculator, half times 8 times 9 is 36. Okay, I don't need to put any units squared because we're not actually doing an area question here. Question 3. If S equals UT plus half AT squared, Find S when U equals 7, T equals 4, and A equals 10. So substituting into that formula, we have S equals, now we follow along, I have UT, U is 7, times T, which is 4, okay, then plus half times by the A, which is 10, times by T squared, T is 4, so it's 4 squared. Okay, that was quite a long one. Use your calculator to substitute in to calculate. 7 times 4 plus half, oh, missed the fraction button, half times 10 times 4 squared. Oh, better calculate that again. 7 times 4 plus 1 for 2 times 10 times 4 squared. Okay, makes 108. Alright, question 4. The surface area of a sphere is A equals 4 pi r squared. Okay, we want to find the surface area if r is equal to 3.5 centimeters. Alright, we put our formula down. A equals 4 pi, now pi is already just a number, we don't need to change anything there. And that will be times by r, r is 3.5, and the formula says squared. Okay, and calculate. 4 pi times 3.5 squared. Now, I do have a lot of decimal places for this, so I'm going to round to 2 decimal places, which would be 0.94. Okay, let's turn the page. Okay, so on the next page it is practice time. So pause the video, try these questions, and then start the video for the answers. Question 1. If A equals -8 and B equals 4, find B minus 3A. So let's replace the B with the 4. So we have 4 minus 3. And instead of A, replace it with the 8. But remember that's times together. So we'll go times by -8. Equals, and calculate. So 4 minus 3 times -8 equals 28. Okay, part B. A squared over B squared. Substitute in. A is a -8. So remember, with negatives, we need to always put them into brackets if we're going to square them. So -8 squared over B, which is 4 squared. Positive numbers, you don't have to have the brackets. In the calculator, I have -8 squared over 4 squared equals, oh, a nice whole 4 as my answer. Question 2. If the area of a trapezium is given by A equals half bracket A plus B close bracket H, find the area of a trapezium if A is equal to 7, B is equal to 11, and H is equal to 4. So A is equal to half bracket, instead of A I have a 7, plus B, instead of B I'm going to write 11, close bracket, then we have a H. H is equal to 4, so the 4 is here at the end. And it's times by 4. Alright, type that in your calculator. Half bracket 7 plus 11 times 4. Okay, 36. And question 3. The velocity of a ball can be found using v equals u plus at. Find the velocity if u equals 84, a equals minus 9.8, and t equals 3. So v is equal to, instead of u is equal to 84, plus a is a minus 9.8, t, so that means times by t, so times by 3. A plus and a minus together makes a minus, so you can just replace that with the 1 minus sign. In your calculator, 84 minus 9.8 times 3 equals 54.6. Alright, there it is. Hopefully you got all those questions right. Try to find lots more of them. Practice as much as you can, and I will see you next time. Bye.